that quality which makes a person a good mother. Each one of us, we could visualize that particular moment that we have been with our mother. Some people, I have discovered to my surprise, could not make any connection to their mother. That is the sad part, because whether our mother is alive or not, whether we actually know our mother in this life or not, that DNA of our mother is always with us. Sometimes when our mother is already gone and we have been weeping and crying for our mother, that's because we don't understand the nature of the connection between our mother and ourselves. When my mother passed away, my life after the passing away of my mother became even more strengthened, because I now feel that I'm working as myself and as my mother within me. So the work that I could do after my mother passed away is much greater than when my mother was alive. This is very interesting. Of course, when we remember our mother, sometimes there will also occasions when it was not very happy, that your mother was not all that good. But then that quality of your mother, which is not so good, when we cremated her, when she passed away and we cremated her, we also cremated the negative side of our mother. And we retain within us that good quality of our mother within ourselves. The DNA of our mother is still very much active in us, scientifically proved that we still have the DNA of our mother within us. And that is something that we need to cherish. And that which is something that we must nurture so that it blossoms and be able to express itself in its full potentiality. I think it's very important that we know how to connect with our mother in this way. Don't allow your mother who passed away, past and gone. No, your mother is always present within us, and try to bring out the best that maybe your mother had not been able to express in her life. Allow that potentiality to blossom within our life. That is how you remember your mother. That is how we pay respect to our mother. Loving your mother. Today everyone is saying, oh, I love my mother. You know, send jasmine, send flowers, send gifts, send chocolates to your mother. All that is superficial. All that is ekdam superficial. That which you can really express love for your mother is this constant nurturing of the good quality that you receive from your mother. That which has not yet come to its full potentiality, we must try our best to bring it to its fullest. And that's how we can pay respect to our mother. some mothers are still very much attached to material gain, material wealth. We try our best to allow our mothers to see yet another way, to come closer to the Dharma of the Buddha. If we could bring our mothers closer to the Dharma or to the teaching of the Buddha, that is one way to pay respect to our mother. Don't allow your mother to disappear she's gone, so therefore we allow her to be gone forever. No. That DNA that you received from your mother is very much alive, very much active here. It is completely up to each one of us how to nurture this DNA of our mother to be able to express, to be able to continue into the future. So with that strength of your mother, together with your own strength, with your own energy, we can continue to serve Buddhism, to serve the Buddha in the way we can do best. So this temple was started from my mother 55 years ago. 55 years ago. And I had deep fear that my mother would pass away when I was younger. Then I would say, please, may my mother live until I'm 30. Then when I was getting close to 30, I made another wish. Please, may my mother live until I would be 40. Then when I get close to 40, I made another wish. Please, may my mother live until I'm 50. By that time, I will be strong. By that time, I will be able to stand on my own. I was postponing like that, And then, when my mother was already bedridden, then I made another wish that if my mother should pass away, I must be present. I must be present. But then, I was traveling a lot. And one time, she had trouble breathing. And I saw how she suffered so much, trying to gasp her breath. Then I realized that if I made such a wish, that my mother should wait for me and only pass away when I'm here, present with her, that is very unkind. Because suppose if she would be in that situation, that would be lots of suffering for her. Then I made another wish. That, if my mother had to pass away when I'm traveling, please go in peace. I came to make agreement. I don't mind if my mother had to pass away when I'm not here. But please, pass away peacefully. So, I was letting go of myself. And I was thinking of my mother for herself, not for me. Before that, I was thinking of my mother for myself, that I must be present. Whether I am present at the time she's departing or not, it's not important. The important thing for her is for her to go peacefully, to go naturally. So that's what we did. I was in France. I was flying back. And that night, when I was in Paris, somebody was breathing very near my ears. Breathing like it is, on my ears. That was a very strange experience. So I woke up and I asked my host whether in this household anyone passed away. He said yes, because the house was 400 years old. The house where I stayed was 400 years old, and yes, people passed away in that household. So I thought maybe somebody who lived there, came very close to me. But in fact, it was my mother. She was sending the message that she was departing. I arrived in Dornbirn Airport about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. My son He was working at the airport, so he went to receive me at the aircraft. As soon as they opened the gate, he was there. Then he said, there is emergency at the temple. Immediately I asked him, is it my mother? He said, yes. Then I asked him, is she gone? He said, yes. That was all the conversation we had, and then we rushed back to the car and we drove back. On the way, I was giving instruction what to do with her body. Wait until I arrive so that we put her body in the coffin. So when I walked into the temple, everybody was crying, particularly my sister was crying. I didn't cry. I only asked whether she went peacefully. Yes, she went consciously and peacefully. So that is the connection I have with my mother. And since then, I always cherish the connection I have with my mother. Every time. So keep your mother alive. Keep your mother alive in your heart. If she is not practicing, you guide her to practice the teaching of the Buddha. If she has always been practicing, then you ask for her paramita to also guide you to come closer to the teaching of the Buddha and to practice well. That is how we spend our Mother's Day today. We make offering today to our mother. Not mother of this life only, but also mothers. Because we were born many times, and every time when we were born, we had mothers. So mothers and fathers, may they rejoice in all the kusala karma that we have been doing here. May they rejoice and may they practice Buddhism very well. And all of them, may they reach enlightenment. Sadhu.